Hello, this is Aaron Holmberg at Corvallis Middle School in Corvallis, Montana, and this is a video that I've made to support a key online for 2x2 digit multiplication using the array model. And what I thought I would do is I would show the final key, but then also show how I made it, because I think that might help make this really clear. The most important thing you can see in this picture is that when students are working with an array like this, they really need to think about keeping the order the same and being procedural about it. So in this case, I was talking in class about keeping what's in the first position the first position. So if this number's on the left, make it on the left, make it on the left. On the left, on the left, on the left. This is on the top, so make it right. On the top, make it on the right. On the top, on the right, on the top, on the right. And sometimes students will flip those around. And of course, in terms of multiplication, that's correct, because the commutative property of multiplication says you can switch the order and the product is the same. But in terms of working out the array, or if you have blanks like this has in the original, you have to be able to use kind of logic and figure out from positions what those missing factors might be in there. So I'm just going to back out and show how I made the key like this, because I think that this is something that could really help parents and help students to understand how to figure out those blanks. So there's a couple different versions. This is kind of a final version, and if you can see, I know it's small, but over here I have the final product of this. So this is 23 times 29, and I have the final product written on the side over here. And these circles inside of each one of these here, those are all the individual partial products inside of the array. So there's that version of it. There's also, this is kind of my original, the first one that I made. And what I did is I took a yellow highlighter, which doesn't photocopy, and I wrote all of my numbers first, and then I created blanks around them. That might give you some sense of even how I was, as I made it, had to think about what numbers I was going to leave out and be really strategic in giving clues about what numbers could fill in the positions based on where they were up here. So for example, this 5, I drew a line there, but I made sure to write it up here so that I could know that was going to, with logic, you could figure out what the 5 was the second factor. And then the other one that I have online looks like this. And this, I didn't really put any of the numbers. I was trying to emphasize positions to kids. So if you see here, this is pink, this is pink, this is pink, all the way across. And these are blue all the way, and these are orange, and these are green, like that. And that's just to give idea of position. So what I want to do is I want to take a blank that looks like this, and rather than talk, I would like just to show myself solving this, and the hope is that if you watch me do it, you'll kind of understand how I'm seeing the patterns in this rather than just seeing it all done like this. So here we go with the blank, and I'm going to make it the same colors as online. I'm going to try not to talk so that I can sort of emphasize what's going on here rather than tell you all about it. Oh, finally, the thing is, keep the first position the first position. That's the phrase we use in class. Okay, and the audio is still on here. I'm just not talking because I want you to see the pattern that I'm looking for. And finally, this last ones position, the factor 5 up here. Okay, so what could be helpful for your student if they're not understanding this, or student if you're not understanding how to how to start with a sheet like this and find these blanks in it that are here. I would really recommend getting out 4 highlighters or 4 colored pencils or something like that, and starting just by coloring, just like I did here. And when you color like that, you're just looking for where are these numbers going to sit. I can see that the orange is always in the second position here, the pink is always in the first, the blue is always in the first, the green is always in the second. And that helps you train your eye to being able to find where you're going here.